It's official, Elon Musk and Tesla have now sold all of their Bitcoin, or at least pretty much all of it. I mean, technically, they only sold 75%, but they also did a pretty big sell before that. So the 75% was of that remaining amount, which means that Tesla is basically selling pretty much all of their Bitcoin. And they also did not tell us when they sold that BTC. They did not reveal publicly, which means that they very well could have already sold all of the rest of it by now, and we would not know. So to say that Tesla has now sold all of their BTC is probably more accurate than to say they have not in many ways. Kind of crazy to think about that, because for a time we thought that Tesla would never sell their BTC, at least for a long time, right? And if when they did sell it, they would do it in a different way than maybe a typical all at once type of sale, which is essentially what happened here. So it makes you wonder, what the heck is the deal? And will this be positive for Dogecoin? Because Elon Musk did also say that he has not sold any Dogecoin. Tesla does have some Dogecoin from accepting Dogecoin for merch. He's also personally purchased some, and Tesla is rumored to have purchased a decent amount and is planning to buy more. So this could actually be a positive thing for Dogecoin if Elon Musk decides to buy a lot more Dogecoin at this current point in time. Let's go and take a look at exactly what happened and what it means as we get deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole here of Elon Musk selling his Bitcoin through Tesla. Kind of a crazy sequence of events. Right here, we have the information that we need about this. Tesla supply chain struggles is what is being blamed for them being, quote, forced to sell off 70% of their Bitcoin, or 75% rather, at this point in time. And so basically, if we go down and look, you can see this is the Tesla supply chain. It's been steadily increasing in terms of production. Then we did see a pretty large fall as of late. That caused the automaker to see a pretty drastic decrease in production for the first time really ever. They've never seen something like that. And so as a result, they were allegedly, because of this, forced to sell that much BTC. Now, I would argue they did not have to sell that level of it, but it's okay. They can do what they want. And I think Elon Musk definitely eased a lot of people's fears and made people feel better with some of the words he used. I really don't think they were planning. I don't think Elon Musk was planning to sell BTC. I don't think that was his intention. But when this came up, he didn't really seem to be too hesitant on doing it, which I guess maybe that was the only option. Keep in mind too, Elon Musk owns a percentage of Tesla, so this decision comes down to other people as well. And if everyone thinks it's the best decision and Elon Musk doesn't, then he really will likely go with what everyone thinks is the best, because morale at the company is more important than holding all of their BTC. That's just the way it is. Plus, they can always buy more at any point in time. Tesla's interest in Bitcoin has been decried as a distraction and a sideshow for the electric car company. That's what they say in this article, which I think is a little bit ridiculous, because not really. I mean, a few people said that, but it was mostly just random stuck-up journalists who don't know what they're talking about. With that exception, we continue to move on. This is what Elon Musk said himself. The reason we sold a bunch of our Bitcoin holdings, 75% more than that actually, was that we were uncertain as to when the lockdowns in China would alleviate, so it was important for us to maximize our cash position. Elon Musk told investors on a July 20th earnings call, which was, by the way, yes, today. So that right there is interesting. Then he says, this should not be taken as some verdict on Bitcoin. He added, it is just that we were concerned about the overall liquidity for the company. So I think that is an important note. Elon Musk is not through this sale with Tesla. Tesla's not saying they're against Bitcoin. They're not saying they're done with it. They're just simply saying we need liquidity, therefore we sold it. What that does mean, though, is that we really can't trust even Elon Musk's companies to hold BTC. If he owned 100% of it, to be honest, I would trust it more, but he doesn't. He only owns a percentage of it, and by the way, it's not more than 50%. He owns less than half of the total shares of Tesla, somewhere in the neighborhood of around 20 to 30%, depending on, because I know he sold more recently, so we'll have to double check on exactly how much he owns. But yes, it is or less than a third, I believe, currently, of how much Tesla stock he owns right now. In fact, I'm 100% confident about that. It is in fact less than 30%. Dogecoin, less than 33%. Dogecoin, says Alex Yanez with all the rocket emojis. Ha ha ha, how do you know that? Elon Musk is loading up on Dogecoin after selling his Bitcoin, says Robert Summers. And the reason we know that is because multiple rumors are going around with inside Tesla. That is what they are alleging to be doing now. Technically, we don't know for sure that they are buying more Dogecoin, but Elon Musk also said this, so there we have multiple clues. The rumors going around combined with the fact that Elon Musk did say, let me go ahead and pull up the quote here. He said, despite the loss, the company is certainly open to increasing their Bitcoin holdings in the future and has not sold any of its Dogecoin. So Elon Musk saying right now he has not sold any Dogecoin, which suggests if you're not selling, then what are you doing? You're probably buying. So that right there, that they're not selling, combined with the fact that Elon Musk says he's continuing to support Dogecoin and he will continue to support it, combined with the rumors, if just one of those things were the case, I wouldn't necessarily come on here and say that's what I believe is happening, but the fact that we have all three of them combined, rumors on its own, not enough. Elon Musk saying he's going to support, not enough. Elon Musk and Tesla not selling Dogecoin, not enough. But all three combined, I think we can be pretty confident that they are in fact buying more Dogecoin, and at the very least, they are continuing to accumulate more as more people buy stuff on the Tesla website with Dogecoin, which by the way is still an option you can do. More people are still doing that. That's not over at this point in time. CFO Zach Kirkhorn said the company made a small profit on its Bitcoin sale, but that the game was erased when Tesla wrote off the value of the rest of its Bitcoin holdings as the crypto sector crashed. Ultimately, the company reported a $106 million Bitcoin loss. So remember, they did a sell not that long ago where they made some money. Then now they decided to do another sell where they lost money. So the end result, they're down around 106 after a 1.3 billion or so investment. So they really didn't lose that much percentage wise. The entire market's down. So that right there was a bigger fall. If they had held their own stock, they would have potentially lost more depending on how they had done that, which is kind of silly to think about. Or if they just, there's a lot of things they could have held that would have done way worse than BTC in the crypto market in that exact time frame. Because remember, they didn't buy it at the top. They bought it significantly earlier than that. If they had bought it at the top, then yes, that would be a very different story. But if they bought Tesla stock or Bitcoin at that same exact point in time when they bought the BTC, they would be in the profit more, or in the loss less, I guess would be a better way to put it, by holding BTC than their own stock. So I mean, it's still, you can't really say it was a bad decision, even though they lost a little bit of money. It was just part of the way the business was working at the time. It is what it is. It was actually probably smarter than some of the other decisions they could have made, ironically. But still, I mean, interesting stuff there. He's going to sell Tesla too, says My Life and Hobby. Yeah, eventually he probably will sell a lot of his Tesla stock. A lot of it will be privately. I don't think he wants to necessarily impact the price too much of it, but I mean, he probably doesn't care that intensely. At the end of the day, Elon Musk has way more important goals, like helping Dogecoin, which I think is the most important goal, and then also arguably the most important goal, especially to him, it's obvious that's his most important goal, is making life multiplanetary. And some of the other companies he's working on will have a much greater impact on quality of life increase than Tesla will. Even though Tesla's an awesome company, the cars are great, you know, you love driving them, that is definitely an increase in quality of life. But for example, if you were to have a brain implant of a chip that can make you walk again after being paralyzed for 30 years, like my father, that's the position he's in right now, unfortunately, that right there is way more life-changing than a car ever could be. And that's one of the things he's working on. If he can find a way to make life multiplanetary, that's way more changing for the course of humanity than making cool, awesome cars. So that's just something to consider. He finds value in the greatest things that can be accomplished on Earth, and he's done multiple of them to a pretty high level, which is cool. I mean, it is. I know, what, are we too nice to Elon? Fine, let's say something bad about Elon. Elon Musk is awful. He's the worst. Elon Musk should go directly to prison for selling Bitcoin. How dare he? They trying to make Elon look like a bad guy because he's governor beef. Oh yeah, we could roast that Elon has a lot of baby mamas, but I mean, I don't know. We won't go there. That's too mean. I mean, he says he's helping the population, right? I think that's, you know, we'll take him at his word for that. That's if that is a way to help by more people having more babies, at the very least, the population of the United States is continuing to go up, and his kids will hopefully be smart and help to contribute to society. So you know what? I think that's a net positive. At the end of the day, I would much rather have, to be honest, Elon Musk focusing on all the cool stuff he's doing than focusing on women or anything like that. So I think the way he's handling it, where he spends most of his time working, is probably the best thing for the planet. So we won't hate on him too much, but we don't want to be too nice either, because then that would be bad, I guess, somehow. What is, I don't know, we can be pretty nice to him. I think we can be nice. We'll be nice. I wish I sold all my Bitcoin and buy Dogecoin soon. Interesting. Coming in. I don't think that's a bad idea to sell Bitcoin and buy Dogecoin. I mean, right now, Dogecoin is by far a better opportunity in terms of investment right now than Bitcoin. And that's really, I would say, undeniable at this point, because when you're investing in Bitcoin at this price, you're buying something that's already at a pretty dang high market cap. When you're investing in Dogecoin right now, you have way more room to grow. And especially with the market looking more bullish lately, Dogecoin saw a 6.9% increase in only 47 minutes. I'm not just saying that, that actually happened today. In 1 hour period, approximately 47 minutes, we saw going up 6.9%. That is bull type territory. When you see cryptocurrency performing at those levels, when Ethereum has gone up close to 50% this week, or this month rather, when you see other cryptocurrencies, and it did go up 50% in a 1 week period, like a few days ago, that week. But then I guess now we have to say a month because it's been a little bit more than a week at this point since the start of that. But whatever, you get the point. Ethereum going crazy compared to where it was at. We see Bitcoin storming back a good ways from all the way at the depths of 17K. Now it's back up a lot from that. Every single crypto at the top is looking at a point where it could spike at any point in time. Solana, Polygon, all of them, they have that energy potential right now. And if you'd said a month ago that they had that, you'd be wrong. But they do now. So that's a pretty important factor because you can't have the big bull run or the big spikes without the energy at play. And it is currently at play indeed, which is nice to see. You love it. Doge to the Moon says, Rise Brave for one. I like the sound of that. Steve will do it, says Max Mill Elos. Yeah, he's a fun YouTuber to watch. I mean, he's like a, what was the right word? Like the crazy Mr. Beast. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a good way to look at it. I mean, yeah, it'll be fun to meet him. Don't buy Bitcoin, buy Dogecoin, says Caspa425. You know what? It's not a bad way to look at it. Anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.